Hello folks, welcome to the Netcruzer RC. I'm going to talk about some TRX4s today.
There's recently been some RC community outrage at Traxxas for some of their aggressive takedowns of third-party websites. Please see the following statement from Traxxas on their policies.
Alright, so here are two TRX4s, Traxxas TRX4 crawlers. Now you've seen this one on my channel before. This is the Jeep, and we will talk about it because it's had some service and upgrades done on it recently. But mostly I want to talk to you about this orange Blazer, which is a discontinued color. And these are both my friend's crawlers. He's recently picked up this TRX4 and he was looking for the orange and white Blazer for a long time and finally found one. But this is not a, new in box Blazer. It is a custom build that someone did and then found this body. We're going to go over some of the things that were done to it and what's had to be fixed to it, but mostly I just want to talk about this crawler because it is very, very nice. Alright, these orange Blazers are very nice. They came out a couple years ago and I really appreciate that they have the clear windows and the clear rear bed window, which is awesome. You get lots of nice chrome accessories, chrome mirrors, chrome door handles, chrome stripping. It normally does have a chrome bumper, but the original owner, the person who built this, painted the front and rear bumpers this kind of matte black, which is not terrible. It would be a lot of chrome on the front if it was a chrome bumper with the front chrome grille and stuff. But when this was purchased, it was purchased as a new kit build, and it had a lot of problems. It was a custom build gone awry by someone who didn't really have the knowledge and skills of putting it all together. So we're going to go through some of that about what had to be done to fix it and get it to this running state now, which still has not had a real full run on it, but it is finally all ready to go. So you want to walk me through some of the things you had to do to get this working?
So when I first got it, it had a motor relocate done.
Yeah.
Chinese motor relocate kit.
It had GRC.
Yeah, GRC. And at that time, it was really binding up, and I thought that it was the relocate was causing that.
Yeah.
Turns out that the gearing and the mesh was wrong, so that was one problem.
Actually, yeah. So this is a fixed mesh system. And when he took off the motor, like this whole motor assembly came out because he was trying to find the binding and put it back into its stock position with the stock parts and found out that it was 2 teeth off, which is incredible that it even fit. And we now have it on the proper gearing. And finally, it has a little bit of a crunch to it still, but it is now 1,000 times better than what it was.
So that was one issue. The next issue was the suspension links were the wrong size. So the diff angles were all off. Like it was pointed completely the wrong way.
Yeah, input angle, like really, was it pointed down or pointed up into the chassis? It was really off. It was really
whatever it was wrong.
Yeah.
And it ended up burning the ESC just on like floor testing. So it went up in smoke within minutes of
it actually smoked out?
It up. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was so much drivetrain binding from the wrong links, the wrong motor mesh, all the things that were wrong. It actually killed one of these Traxxas XL5 high voltage ESCs. Not that they're a great ESC, but I've never really seen one burn up before. Usually you cook motors on these before you cook ESCs. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So how many stock parts did you have to buy to put it back to this? It came with this where you could put it back?
No. Well, yeah, it came with 2 motors, so that was simple. I had to buy the mount, a 13 tooth. That was also not making it work very well.
Yeah, it was so geared up.
Yeah.
So yeah, its stock is 45 tooth spur, 11 tooth pinion, which is now back to. And then once you got the drivetrain free, then you added things like did it come with these fenders?
It should have.
Yeah,
Blazers did come with inner fenders. This didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice that when I bought it used. I should have paid attention, but it didn't come with that. So I added the rock lights, added the full Pro Scale light kit to the interior of the body.
So I'll show you that fired up, but it's got the Traxxas Pro Scale light kit on the body, which gives you the headlights and markers and signal lights and tail lights, as well as he's added the full rock light kit. So I don't know if the stock, maybe they did. The stock fenders had the holes for the light kits, but
they all have the holes.
But it has double lights in the fenders, as well as that Pro Scale light kit comes with this module, expansion module. So this is what runs the rock lights and the body lights. Because normally when these come stock, if you're able to find a Blazer, they still sell the Blazer black in store. It should have inner fenders like this. It should pretty much look like this when you get it new. versus a couple upgrades we're going to talk about in a minute. You don't get the Pro Scale light kit when you buy it stock, but that's an upgrade. And you just did some things for like weight, right? I see you added a big brass.
So yeah, that was
piece on the
it.
Front
Actually
frame
came
on the
this
front.
way when the guy did some of the mods. This was one of the things that it came with.
Okay.
But I just left it because it doesn't interfere with anything, and it does add a little front weight.
You also added this front battery tray, which I don't think comes stock. I don't have this on my TRX4.
I'm not sure if it does come in the Blazer or not, but it was an add-on that I had.
Yeah.
Because I had to buy a bunch of different fenders. So that helps push some weight up front too. The other thing that John just helped me figure out was all the programming for all the direction of the throttle, the servos for the differentials, where everything was backwards.
Everything was backwards. Throttle was reversed. All of the diffs were, half the diffs were reversed, so we had to go through the EQI radio system to get all of the channels working properly. So we really don't know what this was, if this was originally a kit build or if it was just a cobble of parts and the guy made one. It took a lot of figuring out to find out what was wrong with it to get it to the state it is now, and I think we're finally ready to go give it a good run. Also, it has a full stainless steel hardware upgrade kit on it, so almost all of the hardware on this vehicle, you can see it a lot better from the underside. All of the hardware is stainless steel, which is nice. Like the guy who he picked this from off of the, you know, like a used marketplace, said it was a brand new kit build, like professionally installed by an RC guru, and it had a lot of problems. So anyway, that's some things you run into sometimes. Has stock shocks, right? These are the stock shocks.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the Blazer, and we're gonna go out and do a running video with it today for really its first real run. I also appreciated how clean it was because it's pretty much never had a run on it. It's like friggin' brand new. Months of just trying to sort out the issues and figure out the parts you needed and get it to how you wanted it. Yeah, that is excellent, man. Good job on sticking through and figuring it out. I know you got very frustrated with it a lot.
Yeah. Well, it was just because I thought it was an original stock unit. I wasn't expecting to deal with all these issues.
I want to show the lights. All right, we just got the light kit on, so you get the rear tails. It's nice, clear. It's nice red lenses. It does not have the actual, you know, brake and reverse like some of the other more advanced kits do. I think there is one step up you can get in the Traxxas light kit. This one is just kind of they're on all the time. But I like that you've got the side markers, the front markers. It's just a really nice looking rig.
Rock lights are nice for when you're actually using
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The actual rock lights. Yeah. Wheels and tires are stock, so these are the, I believe those are the Blazer wheels, although they don't remember them.
They're the new style Blazer wheels. What should have come with this is the Steelies.
Yeah.
With the chrome rim.
Yeah.
Another detail I didn't see
Pick
until
up
it was
on.
too late.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's got the stock canyon trails. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see it go. The intention for this is to keep it nice, you know, don't wreck it, don't bash on it, just keep it nice, because it's...
Try and make more of a scale build.
Yeah.
Put scale tires on it, put an interior in it, make it...
Oh yeah, that's the next plans, is the interior kit.
Yeah.
Which is great. He showed me a picture of the interior kit you can get for him. It looks very nice. So that's the Blazer, it's ready to go. We're gonna run it today. So that's gonna be the nice scale truck. And this one is the, you know, the competition truck that's run in a couple of events that we've been to. It has 5.4s on it, the mud boggers, and we've got a large list of mods that have been done to this vehicle that we'll talk about now. So originally started its life as like a 2016-ish Defender, whenever they first came out, within the first year that the TRX4 came out.
Yeah, and then basically I started modding and it was a slippery slope.
Yep.
I wanted to optimize a few things. So number one was drop the weight, try and get the weight on the whole thing down, lower the center of gravity, and add a lot of clearance. 5.4 inch boggers with Proline dual stage foams in them. Soft outer, solid inner.
Oh yeah, it really is a much softer initial press, and then you get into the dense stuff.
Yeah, so you don't get rollover when you're side hilling. Behind the wheels, there's a 12mm Mamba-X hub spacer. Just aluminum ones, but they try and widen the stance. Then there's a 4mm MIP wide track kit. And then there are Team Raffi brass inner portal housings. Mamba-X titanium links, high clearance links.
Oh, high clearance.
Around.
Oh, Mamba-X high titanium clearance links.
And yes, the titanium is lighter than the steel, but they're there for being slippery on the rocks. They don't get stuck, they don't bind up, they slide over everything much easier. Moving on from there, then I did a Savox 1210 SD steel gear servo.
stock servo would not be able to turn these bigger wheels and tires. Oh yeah, you can't even see it. Sorry, anyway, yeah, Sabox fitted servo in there, it's fine, you can show your front. This also put on the front battery tray that we saw on the Blazer. Yeah. So you can run your weight. That's important for if you want to do big climbs, is get your weight forward. So he's got the extra brass and stuff on the front, a lot more weight on the front, like probably the bias in here with no battery is, yeah, like significantly front forward, which is what you want in a crawler.
Wordy made steel bumper, which actually does add quite a bit of weight. I like the Stinger configuration for getting up and over rocks. It sits just above the body line, so that's nice. In the front differential, I have 12% overdrive gears, so the front spins 12% faster than the rear, so you don't tip over backwards when you're climbing really steep stuff. So that's handy. I've got the King 100mm shocks, stock are 90mm, so I get a little more travel, a little more articulation.
Yeah, that is a non-functional reservoir, but it's just for looks.
Just for looks.
And you get 10 mil longer clearance. So this was built before the long arm lift kit came out, but he's done most of the things that you would need to do with a long arm lift. I don't know why they call it a long arm lift from Traxxas. You're not changing there's no arms on this, right? So you still have the stock axles, but what it does change is like the links and stuff. But he's upgraded the stock links to these titanium ones, but was still able to get the extra clearance you needed for the bigger tire without too much other changes, really. It's like longer shocks, and what else?
The Defender had different inner fenders. So these are TRX4 Sport narrow fenders, so they fit within the Jeep body, and they get out of the way of the tires themselves.
Yeah, and this body is the pre-painted Proline Jeep that came out a couple of years ago, designed for the 12.8-inch wheelbase. This is the Defender, so it's a 12.8-inch wheelbase versus the Blazer and the Bronco are 12.3. So these trucks, even though they are the same chassis, they have different wheelbase. So yeah, a lot of weight changes, the shock changes, but this was out of commission for, again, many months. Grinding, seized up, trying to find out what was wrong with it. So after being very frustrated with this as well, what did you end up finding that was broken?
Just a lot of bearings. So I ended up tearing the whole thing down, and almost all the bearings were stock in this thing and never been touched, and I went through mud and sand and dirt. So
after you had done a full service of all the bearings, it was still binding up. So what was the last one that was that you needed to
inside the transmission? So when I did the bearings the first time, I didn't do the transmission because I was intimidated. That's where a couple of failures were. So
to get at it, did you have to take off the skid and to get it from underneath?
You have to take everything out. This comes off, and you have to take the transmission out.
Yeah. You can't even really see the transmission that well. It sits under the battery tray. It's under here.
So
there's a bearing deep in the transmission that had exploded or seized, and that was binding it all up. But now it's finally, rolling free, ready to rock again. Yeah, and as part of that maintenance, the differentials were also seized up, so the axle housings are new. I added the ARB aluminum diff covers. So the actual housings are new, front and rear. That's stock housing? Yep, just stock plastic. You had to change the housing because there was a bearing stuck in it that wouldn't come out? The outer. The outer was. Oh yeah, I've had that happen on race cars where a bearing gets stuck in something and you just can't chisel it out. Yep. All right, good on you for coming up with a solution, I guess. Throw more parts at it. Yeah, well, yeah, what do you do? Yeah, I know. The ARB covers are brass. They're heavy. Nope, they're aluminum, and they're not really for anything other than looks. They're just for bling. Yeah, they're just for bling. And then just a few little scale things. So there's like the metal. Oh yeah, you just got those at the last comp we went to. Yeah, real metal emblems. So just a little bit of scale detail. Jeep emblem on the front. And then there's a scale plate on the back. And then you recently retrofitted those RC four-wheel drive lights. Yeah, those are just an ARB light. They're not super bright, but they're enough that you can go out at night if you want. Are they RC four-wheel drive or to get that? They're RC four-wheel drive. They're ARB branded, yeah. No lights on the rear, but what's that? Yeah, the scale Warsaw. Oh, the Warsaw Cave plate. Nice. Yeah. And yeah, this has done a Recon G6. It's done Warsaw Caves twice. With the portal axles and 5.2s, this thing gets over almost everything. Anything else? I think the only thing is just these RC four-wheel drive aluminum these sliders. Rock sliders are which are good because I like the way they patina up. They kind of look like they get some real trail damage on them, and I have them spaced out for max clearance. Yeah. But that's pretty much it, I think. Nice. Well, that was a long list.
So this is from SSDRC, the same company that makes the wheels. And it's just really narrow and super high clearance.
Is it upside down right now? Did you flip it?
No, that's the way it's supposed to be. So it basically gives you max clearance to the end point of your frame.
Oh yeah, it tucks right up nearly flush.
Yeah.
Did it come with the D-rings?
They're from something. They're like a hot racing D-ring from something.
Right on. Sweet. So we're gonna go crawling today. Hopefully make a fun crawling video for you. TRX4 is a great platform, and there's so many different models available now for it. Just pick one that you think looks great. TRX4s are excellent. They're extremely strong. They almost never break. Usually what happens to them is they get worn out or seized, and then you got to maintain them. But breakages, I've never actually broken anything on TRX4. I've burned out a motor, and I've seized some bearings, and that's it. This is a great platform, one of my favorite crawler platforms that is on the market. It's excellent. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. You want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching. First run of the Blazer. They're so soft that the torque of the servo kicks the body over. That's funny. What's this thing over here? I don't remember this being here before. What's that for?
It was a scale snorkel.
Broke off?
3D printed, broke off first time I used it.
Oh, first time. That sucks.